Good morning, everybody. It's cold. I've got all four of my layers on that I have. It probably got down close to freezing last night. My water bottles that were out of the side of the tent did not freeze, so it may not have gotten down quite cold enough to do that. The wind, though, this morning is very biting. That's why I've got my that's the reason I've got my outer shell on here, is to cut that wind down a little bit. Slept in a little bit this morning because I just couldn't get out of my sleeping bag. It was too comfortable and too warm. So anyway, so I'll get started a little bit late today. Hope to be still hiking by 8. I've got a 10 today planned, and it's to the Allentown. It's to the Allentown Hiking Club Shelter. The bake oven knob shelter that I was thinking of last night is the following night. So, and that's also another 10 miles. So I've got 10 miles in here because I just don't know what the train's going to do with me, and what the rocks are going to be like. So, as I found out, if I try and rush over them, I'm going to get hurt. So we don't want to do that. So I got a little bit of a cold going on here, and some sniffles, some hoarse throat. So anyway, just some probably cold oatmeal for breakfast because I don't feel like heating anything up. Although I might just take the time since it's so cold. I have an 800 foot descent down towards Eckerville, and then I got to turn around and I have a 1,000-foot climb ahead of me yet today. So that's another reason why I'm only planning 10 miles. So we'll see how that turns out for me. All right, everybody. Let's go hike on this beautiful Monday morning, and we'll see you later. This is, in case I didn't say it, this is the 8th of May, and this is day 38. And I'm hitting in about a half a mile, 300 miles for my new start. So, okay, I'm ready to head out. It's 8:30, so I missed my mark by 30 minutes, just because of the cold probably, and decided to treat myself this morning with some warm oatmeal. I don't mind eating cold oatmeal, but this morning it seemed a little more appealing. I hate to waste the fuel on it, but it did feel good to get something warm inside me. ULA recommends every time you put your pack on that you unloosen all of the straps. The load lifter is the hip, the hip adjusters back by the pack, and redo it every time. Well, I don't really do that. Maybe once a day, sometimes. Well, I'm going to call today's lesson learned. If something doesn't seem right, step back and try it again. I put my pack on this morning, and I did get rained on last night, by the way. So I had my pack kind of all cocooned up in my pack cover in my vestibule to keep it dry. Well, apparently in that process, the left hip belt ended up getting threaded through the arm strap. So every time I kept trying to adjust and get the belt tight, the pack kept kind of pulling funny, and it was driving me crazy trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So I took it off and just loosened everything up. And in the process of doing that, discovered that what had happened, that it had flipped through there. And I would have been struggling all day trying to figure out, why isn't this pack riding right today? And say, if something doesn't feel right, step back, try it again. In this particular case, it meant just take my pack off and start from scratch, and that solved the problem for me. So anyway, a little lesson learned, and maybe somebody might remember that, and it might help them out someday to just step back and try it again. All right, let's get out of here and let's go do this descent and this climb. All right, everybody, just past the Pinacle yesterday, it kind of turned into Forest Service Road, and of course, I camped by that last night, and this morning I've been walking. I'm finally now leaving the Forest Service Road, which is there, and going to head up here on the trail. And that turned out to be about 4.5 miles from the Pinacle. So a nicer walk. So anybody coming this direction, I probably could have made the Eckerville. Well, I don't know, because now I've got this stuff ahead of me that's got a lot of rocks on it. But but I may not have made it, but it seems to be probably pretty easy from Port Clinton to Eckerville for anybody else that wants to do it. They leave about 8 in the morning. So, all right, let's go do a little bit of climbing now, get warm. Okay, I've always been pretty good about looking for Widowmakers when I'm camping, setting up a campsite. But I never really thought about it when I'm taking a break or getting water, so I was trying to get a little bit of water out of the source here where it's a little bit of motion to it. That's a little cleaner right there. I heard this creaking, groaning noise, and I look over, and that darker tree there is leaning towards me, and it's only being held up by, it looks like one dead branch there and another one in its way. But if it broke, it'd probably break it pretty fast, and one of its own up there at the top, and that's it. And I and my pack are right in its fall path. So I think I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. So I just finished the 1,000-foot climb here at about, I don't know, 12:30 or so. And was looking to get to Dan's Pulpit to have lunch, but this is in my way. I hope that this whole ridgeline walk is not like this today. I fear that it is, though. I've been getting some warnings that it's coming, so this is where I put my poles up and just tiptoe to the pretty Pennsylvania rocks. So after lunch I had a huge boulder field I had to go through. Oh, lasted a good half hour. We're talking actually rock scrambling, you know, climbing hands and feet. I just came from there and heading this way. And these kind of rocks have been going on now for, oh, I don't know, a mile. I have a feeling this is probably status quo to the end of the day. I'll be surprised if I get a reprieve from it. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of sharp rocks that kind of punish your plantar's tendon. I'm kind of getting a little tired, so I keep catching a toe, and every now and then I'm stumbling. Thank goodness that the humidity is down, so that most of them have dried off from the rain. But yeah, I'm glad I've got over the ankle boots, because I could see myself with some pretty good ankle sprains. I'm just, being older, it's easier to sprain your ankles than when you're young. And if you do, when you're young, it's a lot easier and quicker to recover. Sometimes you can just shake it off. Well, us old people, we don't shake off a whole lot. Anyway, hey, look, I get a little reprieve for a minute or two. That's probably as long as it'll last. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know and apologize to the mountain. Hawk Mountain, I think, is the name of this. There's a hawk sanctuary up here. Where I stopped for lunch, there was 4 hawks sitting on a dead tree. Each of them had their own branch. I thought they were vultures at first. They were so big, and one of them spooked and took off, and it was beautiful to watch them soar. These are all thorny, probably blackberry bushes. I remember a lot of that kind of overgrowth encroaching upon the trail last year on, was it Iron Mountain? The one the long ridge line that goes into Double Springs and then drops down into Damascus. A lot of that was overgrown. Got a lot of damage done to my pack cover that day. I've got several little holes in my ULA pack cover from blackberry bushes, but that was my fault because I wasn't paying attention and backed into one when I was maneuvering putting my pack on. So that was my fault. Can't blame the trail conditions on that. I thought I wasn't even on the trail. All right, so you get to see a little bit of what today is about. I said it just goes on and on and on. This is easier psychologically for me to deal with than the big boulder scrambles that I have to do. Those are a little bit harder psychologically, just because I've gotten hurt on them more so than on this stuff. But anyway, there must be a trick to get through this fast. If anybody out there knows what it is, please share it with me, because I haven't figured it out yet. Trail runner had come by me earlier, but when he passed me, we were on a relatively benign part, so I couldn't watch how he traversed it. He called it challenging and technical. Okay, that works. Challenging and technical. I heard that the last 20% of the trail is 80% of the effort, and that this is just getting us ready for that. And I kind of believe it. I don't have any reason not to. I've heard it enough. So anyway, I'm going to stop this before I drop the phone and we end our relationship with no more videos. All right, bye everybody. Well, I just had my second fall in 2 minutes. 2 minutes ago back there, I lost my balance and fell back into a sitting position. Pack took the brunt of the impact. And I came down through here and see that little shark tooth right there? That one. Right there. It sits up just a little bit above that rock. It caught me. I slammed my right shin into that rock, started to fall, dropped my pulse because I just had it in my hand, and I ended up falling, and that's where I landed. Just like that. I extricated myself from the pack and left it right where it landed. That's how close I came to hitting my head on that rock right there. Man, I tell you. Oh, and am I almost through this? No. I got a lot more to go. It's about 4:20. And I'll tell you, my feet have had about all the massaging they can stand from these beautiful Pennsylvania rocks. Whew. Yeah, they've been going on and on and on today. I am glad. I was feeling guilty about only planning a 10-mile day, but that's all this trail is going to give me today, because I am done. Everything I can do to get down to the Allentown shelter, and I got a 0.7 to go, and this is probably going to, I bet, last all the way down. Whew. All right, I'll report termination of the mission. Hey everybody. Well, it was a long day and a hard day. A lot of rocks. I'm glad I hadn't planned more than the 10 that I did. I'm at the Allentown Hiking Club Shelter right now. It's literally right on the edge of the trail, but the water source is a good half mile down a steep trail. But there's another connector trail that hits the AT just down in the morning. So right now I've got a leader for the night, and I think that'll be fine. I just get my water in the morning. It is going to be, we got basically frost warnings out for tonight. There's going to be a chance of frost. Overnight 31, but then warming to 39 by morning. So it's gonna dip down cold, frost everything up, get a little bit warmer. And that frost can stay until 9. So it's going to be, I'm not going to be in a hurry tomorrow morning, because I don't want to mix frost and rocks. I've got another 10-mile day plan to the something like Bake Oven Shelter, I think, is a 10-mile day. So yeah, that's what's on store for tomorrow. So try not fall again. Holy cow! I fell twice, and one of them could have really been bad. I got really lucky on that one. Haven't looked at my shin yet. I'm afraid I probably got a big nasty bruise on it. Right leg again. So that poor right leg's taken some beatings this trip. So all right, that's the kind of the end of the day wrap up recap, and look forward to tomorrow. See you later. Bye.